Hello viewers, welcome to Joya's Kitchen. I hope you are all doing very well and very good. Today I'm going to show you a very yummy curry which I call chicken nibble with cabbage, and this is kind of like sweet and sour curry, but it's not in a Chinese way. It's a kind of like Asian traditional way, but trust me, this curry is so good with roti or paratha. Once I was in India and one of the dhaba or roadside restaurant, I had this curry with paratha, and trust me, after that I never forgot about the taste of this curry. So I'm gonna show you or recreate almost the similar taste of this curry. Just stay with me and enjoy the recipe. That's not very difficult. I hope I'm gonna show you exactly the way I ate it, exactly the taste I had. So yeah, I hope you're gonna like the recipe. So yeah, stay with me. So I'm using half vegetable oil and half mustard oil. So I took 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 3 tablespoons of mustard oil here. And yeah, I need a little bit more oil than as usual curry. So yeah. So my oil is hot now, and it's quite important that you have to add mustard oil. You can use only mustard oil. So I'm using some whole spices here, which is 1.5 teaspoon of cumin, 4 or 5 red chili, dry red chili, 3 to 4 cinnamon stick, 3 to 4 cardamom, 3 to 4 clove, and 4 to 5 bay leaf. So these are like the basic whole spices, and with it some cumin seeds, whole cumin seeds, and red chili. So these whole spice gonna give a really good kind of flavor. Trust me, that's like whole spice flavor. So I'm gonna fry it for 1 minute. So my whole spices are fried now, and I can smell the cumin and everything. So now I'm gonna add around like 3 medium-sized finely chopped onion. I don't need too much onion. When you're gonna cook something with cabbage, you don't need too much onion for that kind of curries. So I'm adding like small or medium, like 3 onion, and this is just like roughly chopped or finely chopped. So it's very important you fry your whole spices first. In that case, they're gonna give a really good flavor in your final gravy. So yeah. And trust me, those red chilies are not going to give too much spice because those are seedless. And at the same time, I'm adding here 3 green chili as well, because this green chili going to give really good flavor. If you want, you can add green chili paste as well, but I'm using just whole one. So now I'm going to fry this onion for 2 minutes. So after around 2 to 3 minutes, my onions are a little bit like soft now, and at this moment I'm adding around 1 teaspoon of sugar. This sugar is really important because I'm gonna add some tamarind water. So this sugar gonna balance the sourness of the tamarind, and that gonna bring the good sweetness from the cabbage as well. So now I'm gonna fry the onion more. So after another 2 minutes of frying, you can see my onions are quite soft now, and now I'm adding like 2 teaspoon or 1.5 tablespoon of garlic ginger paste. This is like garlic ginger together in this paste. So garlic is a little bit more than ginger here, or you can separate it, it's totally up to you. And I'm adding like around 1.5 tablespoon or 2 big teaspoon. So I'm gonna fry it for another 2 minutes. My garlic ginger is fried now, the raw flavor is almost gone, and now I'm gonna add the mixture of 1.5 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1.5 teaspoon of coriander powder. These are just basic 4 kind of powder spice. I just add a little bit of boiling water and then I add it. So you can add directly the powder spices, or you can just make like a kind of like a gravy or puree by adding some boiling water. In that case, it tastes much better. If you just make kind of like a gravy kind of texture, it tastes better. That's why I added some water. So all 4 spices I used 1.5 teaspoon. Now I'm gonna fry it for another 2 to 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes of frying, you can see my spices actually change its color and it's quite dark, and I can smell it, like the raw flavor of the spice is gone. And now I'm gonna add here 1 kilo chicken wings. So I'm adding like 1 kilo chicken wings. If you have more family member, add more, or you want to make less, you can add less. This is actually not wings, this is the nibble part. You can go for chicken wings, but I prefer nibbles because Nibbles have like I'm not a very meat eater, so I don't like too much meat in my chickens, so nibble is perfect for me. It's also have the bone in between, and at the same time you're gonna get some meat as well, and it's a dark meat, so it's quite like strong and sweet. So yeah, it's amazing. And the restaurant I had this meal in India, they actually served this dish and they used chicken nibbles. So I'm just following the same recipe what I had. And now I'm gonna cook these chicken nibbles with these spices for at least 5 to 6 minutes without adding any water. So after 6 minutes of cooking or frying, you can see my chicken nibbles are almost half done, because these chicken nibbles cook so fast because they are from the soft boiler chicken and they are like the small part of the chicken, so they don't take too long. So you can see, oh, this flavor. And as I said, I had this dish actually nearly like 13 or 14 years ago in India, but still I can't forget the taste because it was so yummy with paratha, and they served with handmade paratha, so it was so good. And now I'm adding here nearly like 1 medium-sized chopped cabbage. So I took 1 medium-sized cabbage and I chopped it just like that. So I didn't chop it very finely, so you can see the size of the pieces, because I don't want to make like a cabbage paste. I want quite chunky pieces of cabbage in my final gravy, so it's kind of like medium-sized chopped cabbage. And now I'm trying to mix them all together, the spices, and then I'm gonna cover my pot and I'm gonna cook it at least for 4 to 5 minutes till all the leaves goes down and they got a little bit soft and they're gonna release a little bit of water. My cabbage is almost mixed up. Now I'm gonna cover my pot and cook it for at least 5 to 6 minutes till it goes a little bit down. So after 6 minutes of steaming, you can see my cabbage is actually gone a little bit down, and yeah, but you have to be patient. It's gonna take a little bit longer because cabbage actually it's quite soft, but at the same time it takes a little bit of time to cook. And I'm not adding any water because cabbage gonna release quite a lot of water from its body. So, and I'm gonna cook my cabbage in this water for a bit because I don't want to make my gravy too bland. So I'm not gonna add any water at this point. So I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes. So after another 4 minutes, you can see my cabbage gone really down, and you can see it changed its color, and I can smell it because already my chicken wings are done, because as I said, the wings gonna take really short time to cook, and I don't want to overcook my chicken wings because otherwise the meat gonna be very tough. So now you can see it's almost half done, and now I'm gonna cover and cook it for another 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. So after another 2 minutes of cooking, you can see my cabbage, I actually pressed one of the leaf and cabbage is quite soft now, and this is the time I'm gonna add around 3 tablespoons of tamarind water. So what I done, I took like a half handful of tamarind, raw tamarind, and then I added a little bit like 4 or 5 tablespoons of boiling water in it, and I kept it for 5-6 minutes, and then I used my hand and squeeze it, and then I just drain it and with the strainer, and you can see I got the tamarind water, which is very easy. If you have tamarind at home, and you can add some boiling water and you can make this water very easily. And I'm adding around 3 tablespoons. Don't add too much at first because otherwise your curry gonna be really sour. So if you need more, taste it after 4-5 minutes and add later. But at first I'm just adding like around 3 tablespoons. And at the same time I added sugar before, so that's gonna balance with the sweetness. And if you feel like you had like really sour, and then you can add a little bit more sugar maybe. And now, yeah, I'm gonna cook it a bit more. So after adding the tamarind water, I cooked another for 2 minutes, and now I'm gonna give the gravy. So I'm gonna add around 1.5 cup of boiling water. So the gravy of this curry not gonna be too runny, not gonna be too thin. It's gonna be in between, a little bit thick and a little bit thin, like in between. So don't like add too much water at first. So for this amount of curry, I'm just adding 1.5 cup, and now I'm gonna cover my pot and I'm gonna cook it for another 10 to 12 minutes. And I'm gonna wait for the desired gravy. So after 10 minutes of cooking, you can see that's the amount of gravy I want. So my curry is done. And when my curry is done, now I'm gonna add around 1 teaspoon of mixture of cumin powder and garam masala powder. So this garam masala powder is like mixture of cardamom, clove, bay leaf and cinnamon. So this 4 spice, and I grind it, and like half teaspoon of cumin powder, roasted cumin powder, and half teaspoon of garam masala powder. So 1 teaspoon of both mixture, and I add a little bit of water. And now after adding this mixture, I'm gonna switch off my hob and my curry is done. So you can see all my leaves are still in shape, and they didn't break, but at the same time I have the gravy. Oh, it's so good with roti or paratha. So my gravy, my curry is done. So here you go guys, this is my chicken nibble with cabbage, and or sweet and sour chicken nibble with cabbage, whatever you want to say, you can say it. Is ready for you. And as you notice, that was not very complicated. That was kind of like my other as usual curry, but trust me, this small amount of tamarind water and sugar and the whole spice is gonna make this curry amazing. And as I said, I had this nearly long time ago in Indian dhaba, and it was amazing. And trust me, I actually recreate almost the same, like 99% of the similar taste. And trust me, if you make this curry and you're gonna have it with paratha, you're gonna love it. And I'm gonna suggest you have this curry with paratha or roti, or you can have it with pulao or normal plain boiled rice as well. So don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And I hope you're gonna make this simple curry and you're gonna enjoy it with your whole family. So yeah, stay blessed and stay healthy. So take care, bye bye, tada.